Traveling is a very common topic in B2 First, C1 Advanced or C2 Proficiency exam, and also in the IELTS exam. So if you are preparing for any of these exams, or you just want to learn some new vocabulary at an advanced level, watch this video for some really cool expressions that you can use when talking about traveling. Let's go. Hi, this is Robert. I'm an English teacher and examiner, and I train students for all sorts of exams, and on this channel you'll find lots of videos to help you achieve your goals. So without further ado, let's get started. First expression we're going to do today is to escape the crowds. You can say something like, I like to escape the crowd and wander off the beaten track. If you are escaping the crowd and wandering off the beaten track, it means you don't want to go where everybody's going, like a very popular beach. You want to find something secluded where nobody goes. So the expression is to escape the crowd and wander off the beaten track. The beaten track is the track where everybody goes. That's why it's beaten, but you go and find yourself a new place. The second expression is to get back to nature. We live in big cities, most of us, and it's a good idea to get back to nature because it will help us feel better. So that's an expression you can use. Another expression for big crowds is hordes of people. Hordes of people has a negative connotation. It means there are just too many people in one place. Talking about a holiday, you can say, I went to a resort and there were hordes of people. Sometimes you just want something new, and the expression for that is to seek something out of the ordinary. To seek means to look for something out of the ordinary. So not something that you normally see, but something special. Sometimes you go to places where there's a lot of wildlife, a lot of different animals. You can use the word wealth, a wealth of wildlife. You can say I went to Africa and there was a wealth of wildlife to be seen. Or you can just simply say there was a total lack of wildlife, which means there was none. No wildlife at all. So if you go to most beaches nowadays, you don't see any wildlife. All you see is wild people. That you see, yes. Another way to say that you want to relax and chill out and take your stress out is to unwind. You can unwind on a beach, or you can unwind in a resort in the mountains or in the countryside. To wind means to tie up something, to tie up a rope. To unwind is to loosen it. So your brain is loosening all its knots. To unwind in a natural place, for example. Another word that people often use is to recharge. I want to recharge. I want to gain my strength back. I want to get back to my old self. These are all different expressions you can use to talk about how to regain your strength back. Remember, another way to say sunbathing is tanning. A lot of people go to the beach to tan. You can say, oh, you got a good tan, or if you got too much of it, you can say you got sunburnt. Literally, you got sunburnt. The cream that you use is the sunblock, which stops the sun from harming you. The sunblock. If you go for long walks in the mountains, you can call them hikes or rambles. Rambles is gentle mountains and you're walking through them. That's rambling. That's actually an activity. If you go to a very special place, something not comparable to others, you can use the word unrivaled. Like it is the unrivaled beach of the country. It means there are no rivals. It's the best. To enjoy the landscape, you can say to savor the landscape. To enjoy the beach, to savor the beach. It means to enjoy it, to cherish it. To use the word, instead of beautiful, you can say stunning or awe-inspiring. Stunning beaches, stunning countryside. Some people don't like beaches, they don't like mountains, they like the bush. Now, when we say the bush, we don't actually mean just one bush. It's a big area with lots of different bushes, like Australia. Australia is famous for the bush because when you drive through, there are lots of bushes and lots of animals live there. So it's not a forest, it's not a jungle, it's a bush. Not the Kate Bush, that's a singer whose song is #1 at the moment in 2022. What's it called? Running Up That Hill. Another expression that we often use is to get your energy back. When you go on holiday, you get all your energy back. Or not, depends on where you go. Sometimes you go on holidays and you end up getting stressed even more. So it depends. Okay, so we cannot not talk about the climate, because when we travel, we are faced with different climates. It's not actually the weather, it's the climate, right? Sometimes you go to tropical countries. Sometimes you go to countries with temperate climate. One important word to do with weather and climate is drought. Drought is when there is no rain and animals and plants are both dying. Another word that we use in this context is arid, when there is no rain. You can say this country is prone to drought, which means it's vulnerable to drought. It happens again and again. The word prone is important here. Then you have types of vegetation like tundra, which remains frozen for a good part of a year, then it defreezes and you see flowers and whatnot. There you also have coniferous forest, which are the kind of forests present in that area. And then you have grasslands and prairies and big fields. So these words are important too for you to know. If you are doing a high-level exam, you must know these words. So some trees are evergreen. They never go brown. They never shed leaves. When we talk about agriculture, you need to know some simple words like crops, irrigation, harvest, sowing season, harvest season, plantation, paddy fields for rice, orchard, vineyard. These are all words you need to know. That's pretty much it really. If in the exam they ask you a question like, well, do you like traveling? Or what kind of holidays do you go to? You can say, I'm the type of person who likes to stay away from the crowds. I like to wander off the beaten track because I look for secluded places where I don't have to deal with hordes of tourists, for example, yeah? I like to unwind on a beach or in the hills or in the countryside. I like the stunning views, etc. So I think it's a good idea to prepare these kind of questions in the exam. What kind of holidays do you like? What's the best holiday you've ever had? Where would you go if you could go anywhere in the world? Do you think holidays are important for us? And all these questions can be answered using some of these words. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and until the next one, peace.